Welcome to It's Happening in Grand Prairie, Texas. Oh, and it's so exciting. The weather outside is fine, and it's very fine on the couches here in this wonderful studio that belongs to Mr. Don Johnson. And we're so pleased to bring It's Happening to you today as we approach the holiday season and past. And today we're going to talk about the future, really, of what's happening in Grand Prairie, Texas. And we have two wonderful people with us today to talk about Soups On for Love. You all have just really gotten yourself into a soupy mess, haven't you? Yes, you have.
Yes, we have.
Lila Thorne, the president of Lifeline Shelter and all of its affiliates and all of the things that are bowing to you 3 times to the east because you're taking care of homeless boys and girls and their families, and we're glad to have you back on television.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here, Ruthie.
And you brought the majestic one from the Grand Prairie ISD.
Yes, we did.
The young man, and I use the word loosely, young man, that has been so important to the Grand Prairie ISD, formerly with the Dallas County Schools, and that's only one of 2 in the whole state of Texas. And he has been majestic, not only in that, doing PR, but now he is the guru of PR as far as the Grand Prairie ISD is concerned. All of the people are not in agreement, but he and I have settled that case with us pretty. Sam, we're glad to have you, Mr. Buckmeyer.
Glad to be here.
Good, good. Well, what's going on with us today? Why are you here, Lila?
Well, we wanted to come and share what's happening with Lifeline Shelter for Families. And it has been a great year for Lifeline, thanks to all the donations and the people helping. We've been able to help several families, and we appreciate that. And just wanted to remind everyone what's going to happen next year. And the very first thing that we're going to do is Soups On for Love. That's done with the school district, and it's going to be on Friday, January the 21st. 2011. We're
Would
there.
you tell them to mark that date on all of their calendars?
Please mark your calendar for that date.
Oh, yes.
And it's going to be from 11:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Grand Prairie Independent School District Education Center on Beltline.
Are we going to get to come and eat at their place at those majestic offices that they have out there?
Absolutely. And it's great homemade soups.
And do you know that Mr. Sam now has his own part of a building on the front row? I mean, at the very front of that building. They didn't put him back in the back where you cannot find him. It's hard to get there, but he's on the very front row where the police department of Grand Prairie used to office, and now he has a setup that is second to none. So
yes, he does.
I thought maybe we were going to get to eat in his little new workshop that was back there, but he's not letting soup in, is he?
I don't think so. I think it's going to be in the big room.
Oh, in the big room.
Handle lots of people.
Well, have you ever attended a Soups On?
Yes, we did our first one last year.
Yes.
And I'm telling you, you need to come and eat the homemade soups. They are great, and it's a good time to visit. The school district has done a phenomenal job in doing this, and we're expanding it this year. So we've got some other people that's helping us out with it, and this is
really?
Great. Yes. If I'm not mistaken, I believe Sam has all those people's names.
Okay, well, we need to go to Sam then, because if he has a dragnet on getting more people to join and taking care of especially the young kids, that we really, if they have to move from a place, it really takes the wind out of their sail and takes a long time to catch up. Mr. Sam,
It does.
What are y'all doing?
Well, you know, Ruthie, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that Terry Wilson, who's in charge of our community relations programs for the district, that she is not a big player in all of this.
Yes.
And as Lila said, this started last year. And originally, if I'm not mistaken, you can correct me, Lila, if I'm wrong, but it started as just something fun that we were going to do at the district level, something that Terry thought would be engaging for our staff. But as she worked with Lila and her folks over there at Lifeline, we really saw that there was a need in the community.
Yeah.
So we combined these two things. We were able to do something fun with the staff and with Lifeline, but also raise some money.
Yes.
For a program that really needed some help, that really does such a great job providing needs, taking care of some of the needs of really needy students in the district. So we had that event last year. It was very successful. People had some fun. And as Lila said, we've grown it this year. We've expanded it. We've added some more players because as Terry has brought more and more partners into the district, we've found a way to weave them into this project that will benefit Lifeline and hopefully raise a lot more money. We have the city of Grand Prairie involved.
Good.
We, of course, have Texas Trust involved. Lifeline, of course. Chick-fil-A is a big partner, and then the district as well. So we've got a whole bunch of folks that are involved in this project, and hopefully by growing it a little bit, we can raise more money, provide more resources for Lifeline.
Now I want to know this. This is real important. Who is the main chef at this soup deal that's responsible for putting all this together and doing all that? Because I want you to know that that was some of the tastiest soup that they had last year, and it was a fun thing to go to because they had a lot of little amenities, and you went down different rows. If you went down different serving rows, you got different things. And are you going to wait and try to surprise us, or are you going to bait us and tell us what all y'all are going to do?
Well, that's going to be the case this year. There are going to be several different types of soup. So,
oh, there are.
So people can taste different things. The school district's got Terry is going to be cooking. I think Dr. Simpson has something that she's cooking. The city's going to throw some things in. So it's going to be a mixture of things.
Oh, that sounds like that is very exciting. That sounds even better than last year, and I thought last year was the tops of anything you could do.
Well, we didn't want people to think that it was come by the building, have a bowl of chicken noodle soup.
No.
Not that easy. No. It's going to be much more than that.
Oh, it is.
A lot of folks cooking some very exotic soups.
And do we just take up a donation for anybody that wants to donate to this soup thing, or do you have a set price for those of us that are hungry?
I think it's by donation. I think that's the way.
It's a nominal donation.
That is good. You may get some money even from me.
Great.
Yes. And you know how hard I've worked on making soup.
That's right. You know, I think also, Ruthie, what will happen is they can taste all of the soups, and then as I understand it, there will be a winner named.
Oh, there's going to be a vote.
Yes, there will be a vote taken for the best soup.
Oh, now that is really tricky. You are really twisting our arm on that one, aren't you? Do you think that's a good idea to gamble like that?
Oh, I think it's fantastic. Work a little competition in there.
Yeah.
Kind of raises the stakes a little bit.
Yes.
Well, who all will be permitted to come to this? Are you letting people have a 15-minute lunch pass or something like that from the schools? And how do you think businesses are going to accept this?
We will invite the school district. Anyone that wants to come can come. They just need to come to the Education Center there on Beltline between 11:30 and 1.
Okay. Now, I'd like to get back with you a little bit more about what you're building. Y'all are going to get a little bit of money. You just got money from all of the Christmas trees that were at our Christmas gathering at City Hall, and they were decorated and people bought those. I found one that was dedicated to me that I didn't know was up there, and I went back to go by and get a picture of that, and it was already gone. And so I didn't even get a picture of that one. And so I thought I was almost destitute without a picture of the one. The school that adopted me apparently was my school down at Fannin, which is now a middle school instead of an elementary.
That is correct.
So that was wonderful. And you got some money from that, didn't you?
Yes, we did. That is done through the school district. Businesses sponsor Christmas trees, and then the school children decorate them. And then they're auctioned off. And we received this year $1,875.
Oh, that is good.
That. Yes.
And you couldn't get it at a better season when it was more needful to the Lifeline shelter than this, and with the economy as it is especially.
That's
that's
true.
Wonderful. That's great. Lifeline shelter, tell me how y'all have improved things since the January 2010. That you've had a whole year under your direction, and tell me what's happened really good. Besides the Christmas trees, that's one thing. And You mentioned other things that had been coming in, with a little money here and a little money there. Are you moving into new facilities?
We are moving into new facilities, and we are very excited. We have spent, ever since Lifeline began in 2003, we have been in one very small office room. And so this year, in fact, tomorrow, Friday, we will be moving furniture into the Bose Center, which is a school district building that the school is providing office space for us. And so we'll have 2 offices plus a conference room, and we will be in there starting. The furniture will be moved in tomorrow. Phone lines will be on Monday.
Would you say, if you were careful, that this would be the highlight of your year's administration of this, or is there something that's more exciting or has brought more attention to your Lifeline shelter than that?
No, I think that this would definitely be a highlight. I know that Kathy, our case manager, and Vivian, her assistant, is very excited to be able to have space to actually work and not be so crowded. So this will be very, very good for them and very, very good for Lifeline. And we certainly thank the school district for providing this space.
I hope that was coming next, and I'm sure glad that you mentioned that, because Mr. Sam was looking around kind of bug-eyed, you know. And Mrs. Severance is a jewel for you all, and I think so much of the work that she does. And isn't she the only one in the organization that does the interviewing and makes the decisions, and even your board members don't know all of the facts about these people, but she makes the recommendations to you so that it would be a little more private? Isn't that the way you handle your decisions?
Absolutely. Absolutely. The families are referred to us through the school district.
Yes.
Christine Gonzalez is our connections person there.
Yes.
And they're referred to Kathy, and then Kathy interviews them, and then the decisions are made there. So, yes, we do not have, the board does not have access to the personal information on the families. No one does. It's all very private.
And after they have been helped, I've noticed that I've attended some of your Lifeline Shelter luncheons, that you'll have some person and they'll come and give their testimonial. They do this on their own, and
yes, they do.
Yes.
There are some that say, we would like to share what Lifeline has meant to us. There are some that will come back and volunteer with Lifeline at different events.
Oh, really?
Absolutely. And you all helped us get over the little hump in the road that we were there, and we want to be instrumental in helping some other people. So it's worked very well that way.
Mr. Sam, Christine Gonzalez, how long has she been with the district doing these good things? About 5 or 6 years?
It seems like she's been with us for much longer than that because of the job that she does for the district. She's worked with Lifeline Shelter. She's worked with these kids for many, many years.
Yes.
And it's just one of those jobs.
And she found someone that would adopt what she needed, didn't she?
Oh, absolutely. Oh. Absolutely. And we find year after year that the need for her services, for Lifeline, it continues to increase.
Oh, it does. Mm-hmm. Isn't she Gloria Carrillo's sister?
Yes.
Yes, she is. Oh, their mother must be so proud of these 2 ladies that have done so much for the city of Grand Prairie, Texas, and the school district, and for some of us personally. It's really wonderful.
Yes.
Okay. Is there anything else that we need to discuss? What are your plans for this next year? Are you getting a new president, or are you going to stay on, or what?
No, we do have a new president coming on for 2011.
Yeah.
It is Mr. Kim Thorne.
Yeah.
And he will be the president beginning in January.
In January.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm glad we didn't invite him today. He would have been out in left field on all of this good stuff, because he is so busy in the historical activities that we've had. The 100th birthday of the city, he worked real hard in that one. And so he's been a majestic leader also. It's really good.
Yes.
And you have any new ones coming on your board that you want to mention, or someone that...
We don't have any new board members at the moment, but of course we will have new officers.
Yes.
And Kim Thorne will be the president. Diane Wynn will be president-elect. Susan Hart is going to be the secretary.
How wonderful.
Manny from Sam's Club will be the corresponding secretary.
Oh, he's neat.
Yes, he is. And of course, Gail Wells is our treasurer.
Oh, and she is so smart.
Yes, she is.
Oh, she's brilliant. I believe she's the president of another foundation here in town. And
yes.
So she has lots of good experience for us, doesn't she?
Yes.
Well, Mr. Sam, you don't know how we appreciate your coming, because Terry Wilson is important, but you're being the guru of the things that we're really interested in. You have a lot of information to give to us, and we appreciate your taking her place on this. And in one moment, I'm going to get back with Madam President, and I'm going to ask her to invite everyone to come to soup. And then I want you to follow that up with a real hard sell that you're looking for them out at the corner of 303 and South Beltline Road in your building, that now you've expanded to, you're going to take over the whole section pretty soon, and going over there where they have all of those other places that sell things. So now that you're on the front row, we thought maybe that you could help us out by doing a hard sell.
Sure.
Okay, I want you to really tell us what we need to do to make this soup thing one of the best we've ever had, and so exciting that everyone will be into soup.
Okay, what we want everyone to do is come on Friday, January the 21st, 2011. Mark your calendar, 11:30 to 1. Invite your family, friends, neighbors, everyone to come with you at the Grand Prairie Education School District, the Education Center at the school district, and come hungry. Enjoy lots of soups. Be ready to vote for your number one soup, and just have fun and enjoy visiting with everyone and knowing that you're helping families that could be homeless. So we are eliminating the homelessness among the school children and their families.
And why are you doing this? Why are you doing this for the children and the families, and taking all of this trouble? Simply because if you don't take care of the children in the school and they have to move, what happens?
Well, we have found through studies that if a child has to leave the school district where they are, it takes 6 months at least for them to readjust to new surroundings. Well, by the time they do that, the school year is over, since it's 9 months of school. So we like to keep the families in their home, in the same school district, so they have that continuity, because the children that are in school today are our future of tomorrow.
Yes, and someone that you don't even know, that you're willing to go out on a limb and work real hard and get other people to volunteer to do that. I think it is just remarkable. And Mr. Sam, we're ready for your hard sell.
My hard sell.
Yeah.
And
tell how the school district is happy about this also.
Oh, we're extremely happy. Lila was touching on we need these kids in school. We
Yes.
know that there's so many variables that play into student success, and one of those is stability in their home life. And if we can help Lifeline provide that for some of these kids, we know that will only benefit those kids, the school district, our community. So that's why we're more than pleased to be a part of this project. And we encourage people out in the community to come by the Education Center. We invite these folks in. Terry and I'll be there to hold the door open.
Oh, good.
So we do want people to come on January 21st and be part of this and enjoy it.
Well, do you think we could twist Mr. Tovar's arm and have him there to tape some of this stuff and make a documentary about this? Because that's going to be one of the best selling points for us for the soups for the third trial. Anytime we do something like this, do you think you could arrange that, as majestic as you are in moving and shaking in PR?
Oh, absolutely. When I came today, I had Patty Busby's notes that she took, and Louis Tovar's name is all over these notes.
Oh,
so he will be there taking care of all of our audio visual for that day.
And are you planning to come and eat soup with us, or are you just going to supervise?
I'm going to eat soup too.
That's wonderful. Well, I want to thank both of y'all for being here, and I'd like for y'all to stay on the set. I may come back to you in a few minutes and ask other questions, but if y'all could sit there, I have some very important things to pass on to the general public. And you'll notice with a great deal of interest that the timing has been just perfect. And if I can get through my part on this program, I may come back to you all and ask you some more questions. So be thinking of something real good about Lifeline Shelter for Homeless Boys and Girls in the Grand Prairie ISD. Ladies and gentlemen, we have some wonderful, wonderful announcements to make to you about, first of all, the Friends of the Library. They are busy cleaning house and getting ready for the new year, and they have a clearance sale coming up, and you wouldn't want to miss this. Everything is going to be 25 cents. And you know, most of us can rake up a little bit of money for that, but that's going to be at the main library, and it's going to be on January the 15th. So mark this date on your calendar. And also, it's going to be from 9 a.m. until 5 p.m., and they have a magic telephone number if you have more questions to ask about this. And we're just so thankful for all of those that are volunteers, and most of them are in this business. 972-237-5700. And Betty and Wally Warmack have been movers and shakers in this Friends of the Library for so long that I would not tell you how long, because you'd think we were overdoing it as a hard sell. But please mark that date, and for 25 cents you can have a real good time. And next, the Historical Commission Awards. Now, these are under the directions of Amy Sprinkles, and we're just so pleased that they are having these awards. And nominations deadline, now you'll need to know about this, because if you don't get them in on time, the person that you want to nominate for a historical award will not be considered. On February the 18th, 2011, at 5 p.m. They even give you the time on the calendar and the time on the clock. So February the 18th is the magic date for the deadline. Now, the award ceremony, you're going to want to know about that, because if your nominee happens to win, you'll want to be there and kind of brag on that person. And that's on March the 23rd. Mark that date, 2011, and that's going to be at the RJC. That's the Ruthie Jackson Center. And please send all of your nominations to Amy Sprinkles, Post Office Box 534045, Grand Prairie, Texas 75053-4045. And she has a fax number that way you wouldn't have to get out of the house. You can just fax it to her, 972-237-8317. Now, that's going to be a very important happening to someone, because someone's going to receive the highest award in historical volunteerism or interest, and Amy will be delighted to hear from you. The last very special thing I have to tell you today is one of the famous First Ladies of the United States of America, and what we call one of the most important First Ladies of Texas, was Lady Bird Johnson. Lady Bird Johnson has helped everyone on cleaning up our highways and giving awards for that. She's done many things and has had a center in Austin in her honor. And she passed away in 2007. But we always like to commemorate her birthday, so we want to say happy birthday to a wonderful Lady Bird Johnson, Mrs. Lyndon B. Johnson. She was born on December the 23rd, 1912, and we have been celebrating her on It's Happening in Grand Prairie for many long years. And I'm glad that we have witnesses today that know that we did not forget Lady Bird today. So I want to thank you for listening to all of our announcements that we have, and be sure to remember that the awards ceremony for the Historic Commission is on March the 23rd, 2011, and that seems a long way away, but it'll come down the pike sooner than you think. And thank you for listening to all of these. And now we need to go back to our two very important guests that have weathered the storm for all of our good service that we need to make to the people of Grand Prairie. Is there anything that we have omitted that we couldn't do something spectacular for the Lifeline Shelter with your words of wisdom? Anything you need to say about Lifeline?
Well, Miss Ruthie, a couple things that I would like to mention for Lifeline is Soups On for Love starts the year off very, very well, but we also have some other events that will be coming up, and the one is our annual gospel concert.
Oh.
This is sponsored by Calvary Baptist Church, and it will be on Friday, March the 4th, 2011.
Good.
We've been doing this for several years, and it just grows, and that is with Grand Prairie talent sharing their gospel songs with us. So we would ask everybody to please mark their calendar for that.
How much does it cost me to come to that?
That is a love offering basis.
Oh, good. That's Calvary Baptist.
Calvary
right across
Baptist.
the street from the City Hall.
That's correct.
Oh, you can find it easily, can't you?
That's correct. And then, of course, our annual Freedom Luncheon that we do every year, we'll have again, and that will be on Thursday, June the 16th, 2011, at the Ruthie Jackson Center. And that's the one where we have the auction items and the lunch and a lot of fun.
Oh, and our new president will be there
Yes,
doing
he
all of
will.
this good stuff. He's in charge of that, and you get to come and just have fun, don't you?
That's right. This
Okay.
year I do.
All right. Thank you for all of those announcements. And do you have any other announcements you'd like to make, Mr. Sam? You get the last draw.
You know, we're getting ready to go on holiday break here in a day or so, and we're very, very excited about that. I just want to remind anybody who's watching, if they've got kiddos in the school district, we're coming back on January 3rd.
January 3rd is a magic date.
So we want to make sure that everybody's back in class on that day, and we're ready to start off that second half of the school year.
That's going to be wonderful. We'll be ready for soup right after that, won't we?
Exactly.
Thank you. Thank you all very much for being here today.
Thank you.
Y'all are a blessing to Grand Prairie, to the school district, and to all of us and all of the things that this child is into, all the way from the Chamber of Commerce to being married to a city council member that keeps her busy doing that, and all of these other volunteer things that she does. Thank you all for being here.
Thank you for what you do.
And this is Ruthie Jackson reminding you that it's happening in Grand Prairie, Texas in this exciting December 2010. Looking forward to all of the good things that we have forecast for you today. Thank you for watching our show, and God bless America, and God bless Grand Prairie.